The reason we put this school on our toxic tour site because if you look at just behind the train pool right there, behind that pole right there, it was a Sharon incinerator, which they built auto plant, which is the plant that pesticide. And when the accident happened, they have the school bus stand by here during school hour. So when things happen, then they take the toilet tissue, cover the children's nose and mouth, and put them in the bus, and drove the bus around the town until they said, oh, it's clear, and then they bring the children back. I don't know now, but at that time, it's the lowest score in the country of the student in this school. Stand here across the street is we call the Laotian Garden site. This is a super site fund.
And why do you call it Laotian Gardens?
Well, because of the Laotian family, last family who lived there, and they do a garden. So then we named this site as a Laotian Garden site.
I had such a different image when I heard Laotian Garden.
The reason we also named that because garden is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
However, it's very thin in tragedy because two African American family members who lived there died of cancer, and then the Laotian came in, and then the children have a high lead in their system. And then they also test the adult, and also all adult also have a high lead in their system. So they removed the family out of the house, and then of course they tear down the house. Now so you see only the lot. The lot behind there, it was a company. It's a metal scrap. What we think is the battery probably leaked from that company into the ground. Children play with the family, and then family do garden. The way the government clean the soil is to take the clean soil someplace, mix with the contaminated soil here, and then now they pave over it.
So it's still contaminated?
It's still contaminated. The Laotian garden, that's called brownfield. Richmond have a lot of brownfield. It's contaminated, so in order to build a new house, you have to clean it up, right? That's another big issue around here. We have a housing crisis, but also we have other crises that could resolve the housing issue. If that land was good land, you can put a lot of apartment, low-income housing in there, which, a lot of people can live there.
And it's too bad that the cleanup went how it did, because it could really become a place for the community to come together and garden, maybe even honoring the families, but if it's not clean, then it makes no sense. I think what we're seeing is that the kind of health and safety outcomes that you're seeing in Richmond mirror what's going on in the rest of the country, and that we really know it's from a long history and sort of deep-rooted fabric of neglect and disenfranchisement. And I think what's really important is all of those come together in ways that start to interrelate, and that one of the most fundamental things for all of us is obviously our health. If we're not healthy, we can't be productive, we can't contribute, we can't take care of ourselves, and we can't take care of our families.
So the African American community have fought that incinerator to close down for a long time. And it took them 15 years. The Laotian Organizing Project came and joined them in 1993, and then they closed it down in 1995.
So it's a real success story.
Yeah, it was a very success story, but it took a long time.
And it would never have happened if the community hadn't come together.
You're right.
The kinds of work that you're doing in terms of really making changes in the environment, I think, is really key. And I think we're seeing that kind of work around the country. I
think the most important in this issue is, even though it's a history, is the resistance from the community that consistent until they close it down.
That just seems like such a valuable message to send kids, that they're important enough that that they can have non-toxic air to breathe.
It was a big victory for children here.
And now I look at the school and it looks really nice, and I think that's the kind of message we want to be sending kids, that you're important and we care about you. And I think it's important to continue to tell the stories because people all over are really coming together to make change.